We talk a lot about the expense of weddings. It's a thing we've covered a lot. But one thing I have seen both in my personal life via my wife and having a lot of coworkers that are women that go through this as well, being a bridesmaid for a wedding, it's not only a time commitment, it is a huge money commitment.
It really can be. And my friends are all sort of like my friends had the year of marriages already, but my sister's friends are now kind of running that circuit. And she has spent a lot of money as a bridesmaid. But being a bridesmaid is now costing American women about $1,500 to $2,500 on average for local weddings. And for destination weddings, that number can jump to about $3,000 to $5,000 or more. These costs include dress, shoes, hair, makeup, travel, accommodations, and pre-wedding events like showers and bachelorette parties. I feel like a lot of money gets dropped on the bachelorette party. The average U.S. monthly rent, which is apparently around $2,000, is now roughly equal to what many people spend just to be in the wedding party.
Well, and you hit the key part there. I actually think that as much as the wedding part itself can be expensive for a bridesmaid, it's the bachelorette party where so many people do a destination. They go to Nashville, they go here, they go there, and that can really cost money. And then if it's not a local wedding as well, that's two different trips that you're going out of pocket for. And a lot of times on the bachelorette trip, you're trying to cover as much as you can for the bride and this and that. So it can be very, very expensive. And I do think as everybody's wallets tighten a little bit, people got to be a little bit more realistic about what others can afford. Because even though it's your big day, you don't want every one of your friends going into debt.
I agree 100%. And I mean, I know that the weddings themselves are also incredibly expensive depending on the style of wedding that you're choosing to do. But I do feel like to a certain extent, like when you are inviting your friends to be a part of your special day, like you have to keep them and their budget in mind too. And so I think it's a respectful and a courtesy thing to truly like decide on a budget and stick to it. And I know sometimes the maid of honor can also be the antagonist in this where
we're doing it big. It's got to be the biggest thing ever.
And she wants to go all out for her sister or her best friend, and I completely understand that. But I think right now the more conversation needs to be had amongst the bridal party if they're going to do this and maybe agree together on what exactly is going to kind of be done and what the plan is for either a bridal shower or the bachelorette party or, I mean, for the bride, the wedding themselves. But yeah, if there's a destination bachelorette party and a destination wedding, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, you're talking somewhere between $5,000 and $10,000 if you're doing two trips, plus dresses, plus food, plus going out for the night, depending on how many nights you're in this place. If it's 3 or 4 or 5 nights. The other thing that I've seen happen before is you talked about the bridesmaid the maid of honor trying to do it big. Sometimes they're trying to do so much that it's not even actually what the bride is looking for. Like if you can do like a getaway to like a cabin and everybody does a fun thing, that might be doable for a little cheaper and still be really fun.
I think we're seeing more combined bachelorette parties as well, and maybe couples attending that if they are attending together, if maybe like the bridal party and the bachelor party have a similar overlap, maybe you can split the cost a little bit better. You can divide the cost of one house amongst more people a little bit more. So I hope maybe people get a little bit more creative, but also or think a little harder about what they really want for the bachelorette party and their wedding. But yeah, it's rough out there.
and that doesn't mean this stuff can't be amazing. I mean,
and it can still be super fun.
I went to a wedding in Turkey just 2 years ago. That's right. So like I've done some of these things, and it was an incredible experience, and I wouldn't trade it. But I was in a place where I'm in my 40s now, I can afford to do that. You're 25.
It's a little different story.
It's a little bit tougher. And even for me, though, like we had to plan and like make sure that we were,
you got to get your PTO.
Socking some money away, get PTO set aside, all that stuff. You do have to have enough time leading up to it, especially if somebody goes like, oh, we're getting married in 3-4 months, and now you got to come up with it. Versus a year and a half to
gotta get those save the dates out,
all
people.
That stuff. All of those things come into play. I would love to hear from you guys if you have ever had one of those like this was just too expensive bachelorette, bachelor party experiences.
Yeah, but yep, you can send it to us, team at CoastLife.com. You can chime in on our socials. We always love to hear from you and see you too. But we do have some more Coast Life to get to coming up. But there's plenty of events with our friends at Veg Rehoboth. We've got some details on those events on the way.